Hello everyone. In this session, we are going to learn about Databricks SQL. Though the name may sound as if it's one of your database management systems like Oracle SQL or PostgreSQL, it is not a DBMS but a data warehouse on the Databricks Lakehouse platform. It is serverless, which means that you don't have to manage, scale, or configure any cloud infrastructure. You do not have to worry about setting up memory, cores, worker and driver nodes, etc. You can run BI and ETL workloads, and the advantage is that you will be able to get 12 times better price for similar performance when compared to a traditional cloud data warehouse. If you go to the Databricks account, as you can see here in the community edition, you do not have the SQL warehouse. Now, if this were a premium account, you would be able to see it below the machine learning module. Let's check the Azure account. In Azure account, you will be able to find it under Azure Databricks service. Click on it. You can either choose to create your own workspace or use an existing workspace. For the purpose of this video, I'm going to use a previously created workspace, DB Bluestar. Now, this is the Databricks SQL module where you have your warehouse, options like SQL editor, queries, dashboards, etc. And we are going to look at each one starting with the SQL warehouse. There are two options to access SQL warehouses. You can either click here or you can go to compute and here you can select SQL warehouses. Let's try creating one. We can name it as demo and if you see the cluster size, you have your t-shirt sizing small, medium, large, and the dbu slash h represents data brick units per hour, based on which cost will be calculated. For our purpose, let's use the basic version. And here you have an auto stop option, meaning that the warehouse would automatically stop based on the minutes of inactivity. Let's go with 10 here. And here you have your scaling option, which is like the horizontal scaling, right? So Databricks allows us to choose both vertical and horizontal scaling. Let's go with max of two clusters. And if you look at the pro version, there is a warning saying that creating this warehouse would exceed vendor quota. This is because since we are using Azure Databricks, we would need additional resources allocated, which can be done by clicking on this increase your vendor quotas link. But we don't have to do that now since we are going to use the serverless version. Let's click serverless and create. And here you can select like manage permissions option, give permission to users, groups, etc. And as you can see here, our warehouse is now up and running. Now let's look at the other options. Let's go to SQL editor. Here you can write your SQL queries. Databricks SQL primarily supports ANSI SQL. Here you can select the warehouse that you want to work with. Let's go with demo. And in the catalog pane, you see the different catalogs like the Blue Star project that I've been working on, the Hive Metastore, and a system generated samples catalog, which has like NYC Taxi and TPCH databases. And if you expand further, you can see the different tables under this database. And over here, you can select the catalog that you want to work with and the database. And we can execute, write and execute our first query. Select all from, let's say, the orders table and run. So it's executed and we can see the different columns, the data types, etc. Now let's deep dive on the order status column and write a new query. Order status and count of order status group by order status and run. We have our output here, and if you look at this plus button, SQL Data Warehouse here allows us to create visualizations, apply filters, pass parameters, etc. And this is a very good feature. Let's look at the visualization. And this is the visualization created for our query, and we have different types available like bar chart, pie chart, etc. And let's save this visualization. And Databricks SQL also allows us to, move this visualization to a dashboard. Let's click on legacy dashboard and create new dashboard, and let's name it demo and save and add. Now let's look at the next option, the queries tab. And here you can see like the queries that we have executed and saved, and you can even move it to favorites, and you can see the queries that have been deleted recently. And this one represents my queries executed by you, and all queries would be by all the users. And let's look at the dashboards. Here you have two dashboards available, dashboards and legacy dashboards. If you remember, we were able to save our visualization to the legacy dashboard alone. And if you want to move it to the dashboards, what you can do is click on clone to Lakeview dashboard, and let's name it as demo Lakeview. And what it says here is that it is a new and improved experience offered by Databricks, and it's currently in public preview. So maybe this is something that is being developed right now, and we might be done with the legacy dashboard in future. Let's click on clone. Now let's look at the dashboards. Now you can see that our demo liquid dashboard has been created here as well. And if you look at the legacy dashboard, let's open the demo. So this is the visualization we added, and you can create schedules to refresh this dashboard as and when required. And you also have an option to download this dashboard, etc. So this is a very good feature that is being provided by Databricks SQL. Now let's look at the alerts option. Right now we don't have any alerts created. Let's go ahead and create one. Name it as demo. And here you have to select the query on which you need to set the alert. Let's check this one. And this is our order status group by query. Let's select the count of order status, and you have different options like sum, count, etc. to set the alert. Let's click on sum, and here you have an option to preview the type of alert that you are setting. So right now the sum of the count of order status is 7.5 million. So let's say we want to configure an alert when it crosses 8 million. Just set the threshold value, and notification option just once or every time the alert is evaluated. Let's go with just once. And you also have an option to send a notification when the alert returns back to normal. And you have the default template, or you can create a custom template mentioning the subject, the email body, etc. Let's go with default and create. And now our alert is created, as you can see here. So whenever it's going to cross the threshold value, it would trigger an alert and I would get an email notification. So this is about the alerts, and let's look at the query history. And here you have a list of all the queries that have been executed in the past. And here you can check on particular dates and on which warehouse it was executed. Let's like maybe the demo, and you can also filter on the duration of the query, right? Whether it's more than 300 millisecond, etc. And the status, whether the query executed. And if you want to see all the queries that failed, you can just filter on failed. And you can also filter on the statement, like wherever you have dropped a database or a table, right? If you just select the drop, and you'll be able to see the related queries. So this is an interesting feature. And I think we have covered all the options in our brief session. And as you can see, Databricks SQL is a powerful tool that offers a wide range of features and uses tailored for data analytics and BI. It combines the robustness of Spark's distributed computing with simplicity and familiarity of SQL. Thanks a lot for watching the video.